So this is going to be a very quick and concise explanation as to why beginners should do this farming instead of that farming, which you obviously cannot see. So what I meant was why engage with oyster mushroom farming instead of button mushroom farming. This part of the closet is engaged in oyster mushroom farming, whereas the one which is right beneath this one is engaged or is occupied doing button mushroom farming. So there are three prime reasons that I'm suggesting this, and please note that they are actually very informative, trust me. So let's get started. The first one is oyster mushroom only requires sterilized and pasteurized straw, and that's about it. Whereas uh, the button mushroom basically requires sterilized straw plus casing soil, and without casing soil the mushrooms will not germinate or pop out basically. Simple as that. They would not turn into spores and eventually into mushrooms. And casing soil further has four components in it. So if you would like to know more about it, there is a video that I've in which I've explained the best casing soil for button mushrooms, and it's very easy to find the list of videos on my channel. So I would humbly request you to go and find that one and look into it. Else, I will post it in the description below. If, of course, you let me know in the comment section. So the second point is this is so amazing that ends up growing in the quickest time possible. So if we talk about the white oyster that is there in front of us, it takes about, let's say, 20 to 25 days and up to 30 days to grow. Right, that's the maximum time period. It can actually grow in 18 days as well, depending on how what levels of expertise you've gained over a period of time in terms of cultivating and farming oyster mushrooms. Whereas whereas this is going to be a bit of a spoiler, the button mushroom can take 40 to 45 days to show up, mushroom up basically. So that's a bit of a bummer, because the fact is, the quicker you're able to yield, the more you're able to obviously pack back into your, dry them and pack up and sell them in the market, so in case you're planning to do that. So the third and the last point is that in the Indian market, oyster mushroom ends up fetching a good price as compared to the button mushroom, which obviously you cannot see at the moment. And that is quite amazing. Button mushroom ends up fetching a price of about 100, 110, 120 rupees per kg, maximum 150. But whereas this one, which is there right in front of you, ends up fetching a maximum of, and believe it or not, yes, you can search it online. I have done my research. That's why I am claiming this. 3 to 350 rupees. That's the maximum per kg, of course. So that's the maximum. At least it will fetch you about 200 rupees per kg. That is still significantly higher in terms of percentage selling point of button mushroom. So guys, this is what I wanted to share with you, and you can already see the mycelium run. Let me give you a close up. So there's one more thing I wanted to share before I forget about it, as usual. So let me just turn it around. So, is that it's been 8 or 9 days, and I have eventually ended up giving a cross section sort of a cut, which is like, you can call it 6 o'clock 9 o'clock sort of a cut, because the researchers who do research on mushrooms have found that a 6 o'clock 9 o'clock kind of a cut eventually is something which is more efficient than punching in holes. So I hope you can see it. So it's like cut like this, like a cross basically. And there's one more thing I wanted to share. You can see this. So because I don't really have the ropes, and I am somebody who would like to invest with the passage of time, invest more money. So right now it's more like a trial project that I'm doing. So you can see how I've kept it, so that the majority of the part wherein there are spawns underneath don't get covered up. In this one I've layered it up. In this one, let me yeah, So this basically you're gonna ask me is basically the core of the sellotape, the waste of the sellotape basically. So that I have kept as the base so that these spawns also get a breather, because they weren't getting a breather and they weren't uh, you know spreading or colonizing as good as these ones up here. So I hope in another 2-3 days this bottom would have also colonized. So I think this video is getting longer. Thank you so much for watching the video. God bless you. Take care. Keep smiling. I'll see you very soon.